I have some breaking news coming out of the District of Washington, D.C., also out of North Carolina. We are being lied to by the federal government, and as a journalist, it is our job to expose what's going on with Kamala Harris, with Joe Biden, the White House cover up, the Pentagon, and Hurricane Helene. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday broadcast. I'm going to try to keep this brief, but there are some major cover-up stories breaking in the news that I wanted to bring to your attention. The first one is, according to Starlink CEO Elon Musk, his people that are boots on the ground are being told that all aid is being blocked to certain sections of North Carolina. People were given $750. Now they're saying that that money is a loan and many people are being denied. Now, this comes after former President Donald Trump made special arrangements with Elon Musk to provide this satellite and cell phone communication to the state of North Carolina, something that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden had actually canceled because they didn't want to spend taxpayer money on this emergency communication equipment. Now, Elon Musk posted this over on Twitter. One of my SpaceX engineers on the ground in North Carolina is reporting that FEMA is blocking and seizing shipments of aid, including Starlink receivers. The engineer reports that all Starlink shipments are on hold until they can get an escort from local first responders to protect them from the FEMA enforcers. Why is FEMA blocking aid shipments? Why is FEMA blocking delivery of Starlink receivers? This is insane, says Elon Musk. So now billionaire Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX and also Twitter, he has generously donated Starlink equipment. And these guys are saying they have to find the local sheriff in order to give them guarded protection to get the equipment into North Carolina because FEMA and the federal government are being ordered to block aid and also this Starlink equipment. Now, let me know over in the comments, do you think that this is because Kamala Harris spent $47 billion on internet and nobody has internet? That the White House is embarrassed? That they are treating this as if it's not the biggest hurricane disaster since Hurricane Katrina? And now because former President Donald Trump got more done in a day than they've gotten done in a week, they're actually blocking this help. They are blocking this aid. Please let me know in the comments down below. Now, according to Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden, the White House, the Pentagon, and also Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, the federal government is out of money. They have no money from FEMA to be able to help with the rest of hurricane season. But I don't know that that's true because check this out. I want to put this on the stage. Look at this. This is from just a couple of days ago. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Joe Biden's right-hand man, says the United States is at the forefront of humanitarian response to the growing crisis in Lebanon, announcing nearly $175 million in assistance today. We are committed to supporting those in need and delivering essential aid to displaced civilians, refugees, and the communities hosting them. Please let me know over in the comments. This is not Lebanon, North Carolina. This is not South Carolina. This is not the great state of Georgia. The government is saying we are out of money, and yet in the next breath, they're saying we're the greatest giver of humanitarian aid in the world, and we're giving $157 million of American taxpayer money to help people in disaster. Why are we living under an America last administration? Why are we living under an American last Kamala Harris and Joe Biden? Does this frustrate you, or is it just me? Like, they literally said, we have no money. We're going to give $8 billion to Ukraine. You're going to get $750 if you qualify, but we want you to pay us back. And then the next day they announce $157 million of taxpayer money going to Lebanon, where they're allowing Israel to attack Lebanon. This doesn't make any sense. All right, lastly, I'm reading in many different journals and also media that the government is covering up the fact that there are thousands and thousands of Americans that are dead. Please share this video with other people. Give this video a like. We need to spread the truth of what the government is doing. Kamala Harris is ignoring American citizens, and there are thousands dead. Let's go ahead and watch this video together, and then we will react to it.
General, thank you so much for making the time for us today. Big questions that we have that can only be answered by someone with your pedigree. Yeah. Where is the American military as Americans are suffering and dying? I'll preface this by saying our sources on the ground tell us that there are hundreds of bodies, American bodies, still buried in mudslides, and thousands of Americans that could potentially perish still in this storm. Where is the American military?
Yeah. Okay, I want to stop right there. So two things. Number one, I'm seeing videos all over TikTok and all over Twitter. People are saying that parts of North Carolina reek of dead bodies, that the stench of rotting human bodies is so foul that they can't even breathe the air. The other thing is that, General Flynn, Trump's top general and Obama's general until Obama sold him out, is going to confirm that there are thousands of dead bodies that the government is lying about, and that the military is only a short distance away in Fort Bragg, renamed Fort Liberty, and they're refusing to let the National Guard go. They're refusing military men and women in American bases to go and help our American brothers and sisters.
Yeah. So a couple of things that I want to cover. And Nick Sortor is unbelievable, and being on the ground there and doing what he's doing. I mean, talk about courage. So let me take it to the big picture first, because and then I will take it down to North Carolina and what should be done, what should immediately be done, and we're already a week too late. So big picture, we have over 100 counties, probably around 150 counties, from Apalachicola, Florida, all the way up to the Appalachian Mountains of Western North Carolina. So probably looking at 150 counties, in various states that are in a complete disaster zone. And so this is a federal emergency of epic proportions, of biblical proportions, that the federal government has been totally absent. Okay. I mean, absent. And I have folks that I'm working with right now, and I'll talk a little bit about what we did in North Carolina, what's going on in North Carolina, because people out around the country are, frankly, some around the world are asking where they can help, but certainly people around the country. So the big picture is we got about at least 150 counties that are in a total disaster zone, from northern Florida all the way up to in parts of Tennessee and, of course, North Carolina. In North Carolina, there's over 1,000 dead that have been confirmed to me, with just the body bags that have been filled. There are insufficient numbers of body bags, so there are dead bodies lying aside, and this is mainly up in North Carolina, that is already pushing over 1,000. My guess is that by the time we look at all of what has happened, we're going to be probably somewhere around 2,000 or north of 2,000 dead people. There are still people caught up in the hills of North Carolina and eastern Tennessee that their towns were completely wiped out. They're totally isolated. Homes are gone. And one of the things I want people to understand is that one of the things that you consider for humanitarian disaster recovery and relief operations, one of the first things you look at is the terrain and the weather conditions that are impending, right? So at nighttime right now up in the mountains in North Carolina, I'm very familiar with this area. I've trained up in there. I've been up in there many times in my experiences in the military, especially at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I won't call it the other name, but Fort Bragg, North Carolina, which I will talk to in a second here with the potential deployment of other resources that the government has. So the weather conditions right now are wet. They are, because it's misty at nighttime, it rains at night. We're looking at weather temperatures that are in the low 30s. And in another week or two, certainly by the end of this month, we're going to start to see freezing conditions, possibly even an early snow in the mountains of North Carolina, where these people are still walking around with nothing. So because I want to talk about what types of resources need to be brought to bear and the things that I know that are being done. So the big picture is we're going to probably be north of 2,000 dead. We have at least 150 counties, maybe 200 counties from northern Florida all the way up into western North Carolina that are in this disaster zone. The federal government has done nothing.
Okay, I will let you go watch the rest of that. But this is horrifying. This is horrifying what's going on. General Flynn has confirmed thousands of dead bodies. I'm seeing on X and also over on TikTok, just all of the horrific images, videos. They're saying there are areas that the smell is so putrid and disgusting that they can't be in the area. This is such a disaster for Americans. I'm looking for ways to donate, to get resources down there. So as I come across this, I'll let you guys know. I might even do this whole week just like a fundraiser or something. But please share this video, get the word out. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they're not doing much. They're just complaining that they've run out of money. Yet they give $8 billion to Ukraine, 157 million confirmed to Lebanon, which has nothing to do with us. We're not even in this fight with Israel and Iran and Hezbollah and Hamas. We're not a part of it. We are at a distance. Are we involved in this war? Like, we need to make a decision here, right? But we've got American people, 1 million people, over 150 counties that are suffering. This is absolutely scary. Let me leave you with some good news, and then I'll let you go. But please give this video a like, hit that share button. We want to get the truth out to the American people. As of right now, Donald Trump is leading Kamala Harris in crucial swing states: Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina. Pennsylvania, he is up 12 points over Kamala Harris, according to Poly Markets. These are the betting markets. In Arizona, 63 Trump, 37 Harris. That is a huge lead. In Georgia, 63 Trump, 37 Harris, huge lead. In North Carolina, 61 Trump, 39 Harris. We have got to get better leadership into the White House. We've got to get Donald Trump in. We have American brothers and sisters that are suffering with another hurricane on its way to Florida, and they're doing nothing. Elon Musk has confirmed this. Starlink has confirmed this. It's all over Twitter, all over TikTok. This is really bad. Please share this video. I love you. Have a great rest.